You're really seeing me. I'm being very honest. Really, really honest.
You can pinch me, I'm real.
I just want people to know that I'm a real person.
Grab your tea because the royal drama just took a Hollywood twist. Meghan Markle, once Netflix's golden girl, is reportedly furious, and the reason might surprise you. Her biggest rival right now isn't a royal, a politician, or even her husband's family. It's none other than Victoria Beckham, the former Spice Girl turned global fashion icon, whose new Netflix documentary has taken over the world. Victoria's show didn't just premiere, it exploded. And meanwhile, Meghan's own Netflix project quietly vanished into the shadows, barely making a dent. Now, insiders claim Meghan is furious, feeling snubbed and overshadowed by a woman she once called a friend. What started as a glamorous friendship has reportedly turned into a silent war for fame, influence, and the ultimate crown. Who is the true queen of authenticity? Let's uncover how Meghan Markle lost her Netflix throne to Victoria Beckham. The Netflix upset. When Netflix first signed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, it was supposed to be a royal revolution. The couple landed a massive multi-million-dollar deal to produce documentaries, series, and films. For Netflix, it was a golden investment, royalty meets Hollywood. But then came Beckham, Victoria Beckham's powerful docuseries that changed everything. While Meghan's lifestyle series, with Love, Meghan, struggled to gain traction, Victoria's show became a global phenomenon overnight. From London to Los Angeles, Beckham billboards were everywhere. Netflix poured its marketing power into Victoria's project, red carpet events, international promotions, interviews, and viral clips that took over social media. Meanwhile, Meghan's project barely made the top 10 list. No global press tour, no splashy headlines, just a quiet release. And that silence spoke volumes. To Meghan, it wasn't just another show. It was a competition she never agreed to lose. But Netflix didn't choose sides out of malice. They chose what audiences loved most: authenticity. Victoria gave them a real story. Meghan gave them a polished image. And in today's world, real always wins. Friendship turned feud. Before the rivalry, there was friendship. Meghan Markle and Victoria Beckham once bonded over fashion, fame, and royal connections. Victoria welcomed Meghan into her world, sending designer gifts and hosting elegant get-togethers. But inside palace walls, that friendship quickly crumbled. Rumors spread that Victoria had leaked private stories about Meghan to the press, tales that painted the Duchess in an unflattering light. Meghan, furious, confronted her directly. Victoria denied everything, but the damage was done. Their friendship ended overnight. From that moment, they became polite rivals, smiling for the cameras while secretly competing for influence and admiration. Fast forward to today, Victoria's Netflix show is a global sensation while Meghan's quietly disappears. For Meghan, it's not just about ratings. It's about pride. The woman she once accused of betrayal now sits on the throne she thought was hers. Why Victoria won? So, why did Victoria Beckham's Netflix show dominate the charts? One word: authenticity. Audiences saw the real Victoria. Her family, humor, insecurities, and daily chaos. She didn't act like a celebrity. She acted human. Viewers connected with her honesty, from her awkward moments to her laughter with David. The show felt genuine, emotional, and completely unscripted. Meghan's series, on the other hand, was flawless to a fault. Perfect lighting, rehearsed words, and not a single hair out of place. It looked more like a campaign than a confession. Victoria opened the curtain and showed her reality. Meghan kept the curtain closed and called it truth. That's the difference. Today's audience doesn't want perfection. They want sincerity. Victoria's vulnerability won hearts, while Meghan's polish built walls. Even Netflix noticed the shift. They didn't betray Meghan. They simply followed where viewers' hearts already were. The meltdown moment. When news broke that Beckham had become Netflix's biggest hit of the year, Meghan reportedly couldn't hide her frustration. Sources claim she felt betrayed by Netflix, the very company that once championed her and Harry's brand. Behind the scenes, she allegedly voiced her disappointment, questioning why Victoria's show received so much more attention. But here's the truth: Victoria earned it. While Meghan was building a lifestyle empire, Victoria was building authenticity, one candid moment at a time. At red carpet premieres, Victoria laughed naturally with David and their kids. Meanwhile, Meghan's appearances felt colder, controlled, more statement than story. It was image versus emotion, and emotion won. The reported outburst came during a private event, where Meghan, already under pressure from multiple failed ventures, was seen visibly upset after being asked about Netflix's new queen. According to attendees, her reaction was sharp, not dramatic, but defensive, a clear sign that the loss had cut deep. The copycat controversy. If losing the Netflix spotlight wasn't enough, Meghan's next move sparked even more whispers. When Victoria Beckham arrived at Paris Fashion Week in her signature sleek black and beige, cameras went wild. Days later, Meghan appeared in an almost identical outfit, same color palette, same hairstyle, same poised expression. Coincidence? Maybe, but fashion insiders couldn't ignore the similarities. Some even joked that Meghan had entered her Victoria era, adopting the same minimalist aesthetic and icy elegance that made Victoria famous. But here's the problem. Imitation doesn't equal inspiration. Victoria's look tells a story of evolution. A woman who transformed from pop star to designer through hard work and confidence. Meghan's version felt like mimicry, another attempt to craft identity through image rather than authenticity. And when photos of Meghan at a fashion event surfaced, reports claimed she wasn't even officially invited. She had reached out personally to attend. Social media lit up with comparisons. Victoria, the invited star, and Meghan, the uninvited guest. It was a brutal contrast. The world wasn't laughing at Meghan, but they were starting to see a pattern. A woman chasing perfection in a world that rewards realness. And once again, Victoria Beckham stood effortlessly on top, calm, confident, and completely unbothered. The downward spiral. While Victoria's Netflix success continues to soar, Meghan's empire seems to be slowing down. Her podcast deal collapsed, her streaming projects underperformed, and her lifestyle brand is struggling to find an audience. Every public step forward is met with criticism, every mistake magnified. From her perfect kitchen videos to her infamous utensil mishap, it all feeds the same narrative, that Meghan's world looks staged, not lived. And that's the irony. She built her brand around relatability, but the more she tries to appear normal, the more people see the performance behind it. Meanwhile, Victoria Beckham, once mocked for her fashion choices, is thriving. She's no longer just a designer or a celebrity wife. She's a respected businesswoman and now Netflix's breakout star. What happens next? So, what's next in this glittering showdown between Meghan and Victoria? Sources close to both say there's no open hostility, but the rivalry is undeniable. Victoria will continue expanding her brand, capitalizing on her Netflix success and her growing global influence. Meghan, on the other hand, is reportedly planning a full rebrand, new partnerships, new projects, and perhaps even a second Netflix series. But the challenge ahead is steep. She doesn't just need to win the spotlight back. She needs to win back the public's trust. And that might mean letting go of perfection and finally showing the one thing audiences crave most: real emotion. Because in today's world, crowns aren't given. They're earned through authenticity. And right now, that's Victoria Beckham's territory. So here's the final question. Has Meghan Markle's Hollywood dream officially been stolen by Victoria Beckham's authenticity? Or is this just another chapter in a rivalry that's far from over? In the battle of style, substance, and storytelling, only one thing is clear. The crown of public admiration now sits firmly on Victoria Beckham's head. And Meghan, once the face of royal rebellion, must now decide whether she'll fight for her place or rewrite her story entirely. Because at the end of the day, audiences don't fall in love with perfection. They fall in love with truth. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the latest Royal Meets Hollywood drama, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss what happens next. Because in this story, every episode is another twist.